welcome back to Just One Question. And I am thrilled and honored and delighted and just all a Twitter today, not in the Elon Musk sense, but in the old-fashioned sense. Because start thinking Brené Brown meets Biker Babe with a dash of Liz Gilbert. Okay, if that hasn't got your attention, I don't know what will. As former chief marketing officer of Harley-Davidson, my next guest, Shelley Paxton, found herself at the top of the proverbial mountain, feeling success empty instead of success full. Do you see how that works? That awakening led her on a profound journey that became her mission, business, and Simon and Schuster-published best-selling book, Soulbbatical, a corporate rebel's guide to finding your best life. And Shelley, I'm very pleased to say, didn't stop with the book. She's leading a revolution to rewrite the script of success. Shelley, welcome. How the heck are you doing?
Oh my God, I'm so good. And I was going to say I'm energized, and now I'm energized and entertained. I loved your reading of that. Thank you.
Oh, excellent.
And use of a Twitter.
Yes. The old-fashioned sense. All right, wonderful. So we're very glad you're here, and this is a chance to hear from you, and it's always interesting. It's always exciting when we get a chance to hear from Shelley. So tell us, what are you excited about these days? What's on your mind?
Well, mostly it's the word a revolution. I'm excited that in the post-pandemic world, I truly feel like we're on the cusp of what I'm calling this revolution, that more of us, myself included, and so many people in our community are just deciding that we're no longer subscribing to this generations old societal definition of success that's leaving us burned out and exhausted and honestly just unfulfilled, like searching for greater meaning in our lives. And so I say revolution because I'm inviting more people and I am witnessing more people lean into this idea of like rebelling for our own definition of success, rebelling for what matters most to us, and a script that's full of more humanity and well-being and soul so that we can live more successful, like you said.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. And it would be a happy ending, or as happy as the ending gets after the pandemic and all the suffering that entailed and all the difficulties that entailed and all the tragic loss that entailed, to find a new way forward. It's the analogy I remember hearing at the beginning of the pandemic was this is going to be like the plague leading to the Renaissance in the 1500s. And it didn't seem to kind of end that way. The pandemic just sort of started to trickle out, and we came back a little bit, and it doesn't feel like we're in the middle of a new renaissance. So I love your optimism there, and I love your insight that we might be headed that way. And give us just a little more color on that, a little more detail on that. So if I feel like rebelling, what's my next step?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is about rebelling for a life that lights you up and not one that burns you out, right? So the first step in doing that is really getting honest with yourself. First of all, slowing down, because I think one of the biggest things that sort of kept us in this place, and we're at the very beginning of this, I agree with you. I don't think we've I don't think we're the bull out of the chute from the pandemic, but this idea that more of us can really start slow down, get still, listen more deeply, because we've been addicted to busyness and addicted to this idea of traditional success as an external checklist versus an internal check-in. And when you start doing the internal, think about success as a feeling. How often do we have that conversation? What does success feel like for you at the end of each day? And when we start to really embrace that idea and get clear on what is that feeling and what are more of the things that we can do that create that feeling, we can start to create a life and a definition of success that feels amazing.
I love that. That's exactly why I was excited to have you on, because I'm now inspired, and I hope listeners who watch this or viewers who watch this are inspired too. This is you just heard it, the first step in the REBELution. You now know what you need to do next. Slow down and start listening to yourself and figuring these things out, and then take it from there. And if you want to know what the other steps are, buy the book. Check out Shelley's website and get to know her work. Shelley, thank you so much for being on Just One Question. I'm inspired to go take the rest of the day to get started on this. Thank you.
Thank you.